Hi, I'm Teresa from Phoenix Gate Crafts, and today I am going to check out this darn good yarn, Unicorns and Rainbows kit. Clearly, this is 100% acrylic yarn, but what this is supposed to be is a beginner-friendly kit. And I haven't opened it up yet, but I wanted to review it on camera since I got that video before that was opening a darn good yarn haul with the yarn kit. So this is just one of the things I purchased. It comes in this handy dandy bag that has a zipper. It doesn't seem to have any pockets or anything, but it's clear plastic. I don't think I'm telling you anything you can't just see for yourself so far. It's actually kind of fun because not everything is put in the same way. And you could see the hook sizes here. So crochet hook is 4.5 to 5.5 and knitting needles are 3.75 to 4.5 millimeters for the recommended gauge. And remember, the gauge that is on the yarn is just a recommendation. So let's open this thing up and see. Oh, this is quite soft. Oh, it's naked. Oh, dang. Well, I'm going to slip you back into your clothes here, puppy. Okay. So, haha, the middle is where everything is, because it was supposed to be a complete kit. Hello, actual puppy. This has nothing on it except what you get. Oh, you can leave a review on Amazon. Except I didn't order this on Amazon, so maybe I can't. Alright. Hey, needles. And these actually say 4.0 millimeters. I like it. I'm more of a metal needles girl anyway. I got my original Darn Good Yarn subscription kit, and it came with wooden needles and a wooden crochet hook. Ah, the crappy stitch markers. I mean, stitch markers you get in these things are always pretty but I'm not a big fan of these kind. But I do like the fact that they give you a tape measure and 2 hooks. So at least it feels even. Those might be different sizes. I'll have to open that up. And, oh, a little booklet. So let me get everything out here. Alright. So let's open these up. And by the way, if you're somebody who really likes these kinds, that is awesome for you. And they do work as you need them to. I really prefer stuff that I can use with one hand. When I close and open these, I always need 2 because I am not graceful. Alright, so these hooks are the metal kind. This one is 3.5 and this one is 4.5. So that's nice, you get options. I think it's kind of funny because these are 4, so you've got a 3.5, 4, and 4.5. You just don't get to stay in there. Oh, and hey, darning needles. Big eye darning needles. The problem is these are very cheap plastic and they will break, but it is cool that they match the stitch markers. And my test, 1 perfect inch. For me, that's from here to here. This is an accurate tape measure. Nice! It's amazing how many times you'll get like a tape measure from China that uses those Chinese inches that just aren't actually accurate to what you're trying to do. It doesn't really matter as long as you are staying in the same measuring system. But, it's nice when you get the one that works for everything. So I'm going to look at this book and I'm going to look at it off camera because, well, I don't want to do copyright infringement. So what this is supposed to have, it's supposed to have easy patterns that teach you how to knit and crochet. So here's the cool thing. It starts with a striped crochet hat, and it tells you the materials. Is this DK yarn? Because it does say, for this hat, it does say to start with 3 skeins of DK weight yarn. So is this DK? Oh, okay. 50 grams of 100% acrylic yarn, DK, hand wash, crafted in China. Good to know, but it is very soft material. And it actually explains things like right side, wrong side. It tells you how to do swatching. It has a designer's note that basically is teaching you how to read your stitches. It really is going into details, but it doesn't actually tell you how to do a half double crochet. Also, this one, the booklet has different colors than what I received. And somehow I got an extra crochet hook from what's included. It says 1 crochet hook. I have 2. I'm not going to complain. I like crochet hooks. And I actually like these. These are the types that I got originally when I learned how to crochet. So it does give you swatching instructions, but it doesn't tell you like chains or half double crochets or anything, at least not before the first pattern. And then there's a striped tassel crochet scarf. I wonder if instructions for stitches is going to be in the back. Nope, this is a pattern. But these do seem to be very simple patterns, so I guess if you want this, you need to know how to crochet and or knit to start with. So they do give you several patterns, and each pattern does identify if it is knit or crocheted. So that's good. Color block crochet shawl, ribbed knit hat, striped knit hat, color block knit scarf, color block knit shawl. I do think that these patterns are good for beginners, but just go in knowing that you do need to already know the basics of knitting and crochet. Coming in from this side, it does have a list of abbreviations in every pattern, it seems. So that way at least you'll recognize what they're asking you to do if you're not familiar with doing patterns. And that's true in the knits as well. But they don't look like they're particularly complex. I don't see any yarn overs upon a quick look, because everything here is textured, it's not lacy. So let's try this out. So since the green decided that it wanted to jump out, and this is actually quite a bright green, let's see if it's center pull. I really don't think so, but it's got a nice little tube. Nope, this is not center pull. It's really, well, I guess it could be. All right, not bad. Let's start with crochet, because why not? It's easy to start and end. So I did debate about making one of the projects. I looked through them. They are pretty simple. Some of the instructions are a little confusing. Like there's this one thing about a tassel and tying ends together in a square knot that made no sense to me. And there weren't any diagrams for anybody if they didn't understand an instruction the first time. They do have links to other patterns, but this is not a learning how to knit or crochet kit. This is just a nice easy one for beginners who want to learn a little something and want a bunch of pretty nice yarn, because this is actually pretty nice stuff. I really like it. It's not very splitty, at least not so far. Though admittedly, I don't really have issues with splitting yarn. I think it's the way that I crochet with moving stuff out of the way before pushing through. So your mileage may vary on that one, but it does feel nice, and it's very squishy. Squishy is a good word. Squishy. So yeah, this is pretty nice acrylic. It's got pretty nice stitch definition. I guess it could be a bit splitty. But I picked up the 4.5 millimeter hook, and that seems to be working with it pretty good. Not too tight, not too loose. Now, if you're not a big fan of metal hooks, you're probably not going to like this one, especially since it doesn't have anything ergonomic to it. I know that if I use these kinds of hooks a little bit too much, I have a tendency of my pinky going a bit numb, but you know, a sample piece isn't going to be that bad. Not gonna lie, I like this a lot better than their silk, just because I do prefer my yarn to be a little more squishy. There we go. So, that's crochet. Let's knit. I don't usually use straight, so this is gonna be interesting. So we'll see if 4 millimeters is a good size for this. We'll do a little bit of garter and then we'll do a little bit of stockinette. This is going to be weird. I'm not used to having bits coming out my hand. Though the stoppers are nice. I know there's a thing in the knitting community for newbie knitters to use wooden needles. I don't agree with that for the simple fact that that's actually what kept me from enjoying knitting. Like, you start anybody out on the wrong kind of needle, they're gonna not enjoy it. But once I figured out what I liked and that I got my chow-goos, I really enjoyed knitting a whole heck of a lot because I wasn't fighting the wood grabbing my yarn, and I am a tight, intense person. Like, I had a dance class tonight. I'm learning West Coast swing, and I got told to stop gripping my partner on turns because that's a habit, and I'm just kind of like that anyway because I'm an intense person and I grip and I pull, and having needles that slid were easier for me. So I like the fact that these are metal, but I can also see how some people who start out and are very loose and don't know how to pull tension, it can be better to have wooden. If you're getting starter kits for people, maybe getting one with wood and one with metal needles might be a good idea. So that way they can gravitate towards the ones they like. If they're like, I don't like these needles, then hand them the other set and maybe they'll like it better. I do not know anybody who actually likes the plastic needles. Doesn't mean people like that don't exist. I just don't know any. If you have a preference for plastic needles, please send me a comment down below. I'd like to hear from you. I feel that plastic needle lovers are underrepresented in our community. Alright, so this is some pretty nice garter stitch. It looks like the 4mm needles work really well. And let's do a little stockinette. Alright, and some stockinette. I mean, it's not much stockinette, but it looks and feels pretty nice and smooth and stretchy. Like, look at that. Look at that stretch. I mean, yeah, there is a definite... Look at how much this stretches for a yarn, but also, like, this is the test. How much does the knitting or crochet stretch? So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely recommend this kit for beginners who know a little bit but want something that just makes it kind of gives you some project ideas. This is definitely better than some of the starting kits that I found at like Joann Fabrics and stuff. So I hope you found this helpful and happy crafting. Bye.